excited today. Before we introduce our special speaker, let me just tell you, boys and girls, that we are very, very grateful to Mr. Reina and McAllen ISD for bringing this special guest to our campus. We're so excited about the Let's Move campaign. And is it important to exercise? Yes, it is. So I'm not going to speak anymore because I know you're anxious to hear our special guest, but I'm going to ask our fifth grader, Jeremy, to give us that special presentation and introduction that Mr. Robles deserves. Jeremy? Let's give him a big round of applause.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Jimenez, and I'm a 5th grade student in Mrs. Wiseman's class. Some of us spend a lot of time wondering what we want to do when we grow up, and sometimes think that we will never get there because we can't do it or because it's just too hard. But today, I am here to tell you about someone that has felt just like us. Here's someone who has proven to us that we can do anything, create anything, dream anything, and become anything, just because we are all capable. So since we have been learning so much about him during PE and in our classroom, and thanks to the Let's Move Active School recognition that our school has received, we are one of the few lucky students that will get to meet him in person. I am proud to present to you an amazing athlete and a human being who has been wrestling life's opponents with a fearless and unstoppable spirit, Mr. Anthony Robles.
How you doing? I'm excited to be here. See you guys throwing up the Sun Devil pitchfork. I like it. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for inviting me down to your school. I'm having a great time today. I've been visiting a lot of awesome places. You guys have so much energy in here. I want to stay with you guys all day and have some fun. So I hear you guys are part of Let's Move Active Schools, right? You guys are staying fit? That's awesome. I just want to encourage you guys to keep that up. I love to be fit too. My sport to keep me fit is wrestling. I love wrestling, and I got into it at a young age. I wasn't very good though. I struggled. As you guys see, I was missing my leg. I was born missing my leg. But my mom, she'd always tell me, she said, everybody's born different. She said, that's not a big deal. We're all born different, right? Yeah. She'd always tell me that. She said, there's a purpose for you. Just wait and see what it is. She said, you were meant for something special, which we're all meant for something special. I got into wrestling, and I felt like that was my calling. That was what I was meant to do. Like I said, I wasn't good, but my dream was to be the best. My dream was to be the NCAA National Wrestling Champion and win this ring. So I didn't want to stop until I got it. Raise your hand if you got a dream. Nice. Good. See, wrestling was my dream. So I want to encourage you guys, you all have your dreams like I did mine, right? You got to believe in that no matter what. No matter what people tell you, if they tell you you can't do it, you got to prove them wrong. Because you guys are unstoppable too. Right? You're unstoppable? Yeah. Awesome. See, so for me, it took me a long time to reach my dream. It took 9 years. It's a long time, right? Yeah, a long time, a lot of training. But did you guys see that SB video when I was wrestling? Yeah. In the championship? Yeah, see, I remember I was wrestling a guy in the finals. He was a returning national champ, so he's the best. Okay, so I had to beat the best guy to win this ring. There was 10,000 people watching that match. That's a lot of people, right? I could hear him yelling. There's cameras flashing all over the place. I couldn't hear my coaches that were right behind me. Just a loud roar in my ears. I was nervous. I was scared. I remember I got on that mat, and when I got on the mat, he was looking at me like he was about to rip me apart. He was about to beat me up. I was nervous. I was shaking a little bit. But I remember I went to my corner, and I looked up to the crowd. The crowd's yelling. They're going nuts. I look up there, and I see my mom up there. I see my siblings, my little brother, 3 little brothers, and my little sister. They're all up there cheering for me. My high school coach, they're all cheering for me. And so I remember thinking, they helped me get to my dream, right? They helped me get to this moment. I just got to go out there and have some fun. I just got to go out there, get what's mine, get this ring. So you guys all raise your hand for your dream. I just want to encourage you guys. You got a lot of people in here who care about you, who want you to get your dream. Your teachers, your coaches, your counselors, whatever. Your family, we all believe in you. Okay, so you guys, you have to believe in yourself. You have to tell yourself you're unstoppable. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? Yeah? You got to believe that. Believe you're unstoppable no matter what. No matter how hard it gets, if it's classroom, homework, whatever, you got to tell yourself, yeah, it's hard, but I can do it. Right? Yeah? Even the fitness stuff, yeah, sometimes I'm tired, but I can do it. Right? Yeah. You got to tell yourself, I'm unstoppable no matter what. Okay? Promise? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I want to answer some of your questions, but I want to recite this poem first. This poem, it's called Unstoppable. So it reminds me to be unstoppable. It reminds me never to quit when I'm trying to stay fit, when I'm trying to reach my dreams. Okay? So hopefully you guys like it. Sound good? Yeah. All right. Every soul who comes to earth with a leg or two at birth must wrestle his opponent knowing it's not what is, it's what can be that measures worth. Make it hard, just make it possible. And through pain, I'll not complain. My spirit is unconquerable. Fearless, I will face each foe, for I know I am capable. I don't care what's probable. Through blood, sweat, and tears, I am unstoppable. But you guys, you're awesome and you're unstoppable. You guys are Sun Devils. I like it. I'm going to go back home to Arizona and tell I got some Sun Devil friends out here too. So I'm happy to answer some questions for you guys. You have any questions? Raise your hand up if you have a question. I'm happy to answer it for you.
Let me go ahead and start here. I'm going to try to get to as many as possible.
Why did you retire wrestling?
Why did I retire wrestling? I'm not sure if I'm retired yet. I know I won this championship ring, and so the next level is the Olympics, win an Olympic gold medal. So I have 2 years to decide if I want to go for that. 2 years, it's in Brazil, wrestling in the Olympics. So we'll see. I'm training right now. We'll see what happens. I'm working. I'm doing a lot of speaking, and you guys like movies, right? Yeah. We're working on the movie about me right now too. So we'll see. So 2 years, you guys will see me in the theaters.
Okay, another question right here.
Maybe we're related. I'm a Robles also.
Maybe.
Okay, that was not a question then. Okay, a question.
Did somebody else inspire you to wrestle?
My cousin got me into wrestling. So he was number one who inspired me to wrestle. He was about a couple years older than me, so he got me into the sport. I loved it. I want to try to beat him and be better at him in the sport. So we had fun together. But my mom, she was another inspiration for me to wrestle. She was always my number one fan. So at the beginning, when I wasn't very good, I'd lose a lot. I'd get beat up a lot. And so she would cry. She would want me to do better. Right? She felt bad that I was losing. But then, a long time later, 9 years later, when I won this championship ring, I remember I'm standing on the podium. They're giving me the ring, giving me the trophy and everything, right? I'm the champion. They show my mom up on the big screen. All 10,000 people can see my mom. She's still crying. So my mom, she was my inspiration because I wanted her to see me do well. I wanted to make her proud. So
That deserves a round of applause. Okay, we have another question here.
What age did you start wrestling?
I started wrestling at 14 years old. Yep. How old am I? I'm 26 now.
Okay, we have another question over here.
Why did you risk your life to be a professional wrestler?
Well, I know wrestling, it's a little dangerous. You can get hurt sometimes, but for me, I just love the sport. I love the one-on-one part. It's just you against one other person, right? So it's whoever wants it the most. How hard you work in the wrestling room, that's how hard you're gonna be out there on the wrestling mat to beat. So I wanted to go out there and show people, it doesn't matter what I didn't have, right? Everybody's looking at me and saying, oh, well, he doesn't have his leg. It matters what you do have, right? It matters what you're good at. So I always had that in my mind. I'm going to stay focused on what I'm good at.
Very good. Okay, we have a young lady who wants to ask a question.
When you were younger, did you have any other dreams besides wrestling?
I did. Well, one of my big dreams, I love football, so I want to be a football player. I love the Raiders. I'm a Raiders fan.
Okay, another question right here.
How did cousin wrestle?
My cousin? My cousin, he's about 2 or 3 years older than me, and he was a little bit bigger than me too for a while, so he's always beating me up. He doesn't beat me up now, though. I can beat him. I kick his butt.
Okay, we have another question over here in the back. Adrian?
In the first day of training, how did you feel?
In the first day of training, how did I feel? I was a little nervous. I was scared because I wasn't very good, so I was losing a lot. So for those practices, a lot of the practices I was getting beat. I didn't score any points, so it was frustrating. But I would always think of myself, I can't quit, right? Because if I quit, then I'm gonna remember that tomorrow when I wake up and think, well, I wasn't unstoppable, right? Because if you quit, you're not unstoppable. So I wanted to keep going. I was thinking, okay, it's gonna feel really good when I don't quit and I get this done, right? When I get this homework assignment done, when I win this wrestling match, I'm not gonna quit. So it felt good.
Did you have a special coach?
I did. My high school coach, he was very special to me. We were very close. My mom, I didn't know who my dad was. He wasn't around. So my high school coach was like my dad. He was there for me. He was really very supportive. And so when I was wrestling for the championship, he was sitting there next to my mom. I made sure he was there too. So yeah, my high school coach, we're very close still. He's coaching my little brother now too.
Great. Okay, boys and girls, we don't have too much time, so I'm sorry. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up the questions. And Ms. Villa now is going to say a few words.
Yes, we're so honored to have you here, and we feel so special. Our kids are so excited and have learned so much about you and your sport. And we want you to remember us, the loudest school in McAllen. And we want to honor you with a Jackson Jaguars jersey, number 80. I know Mrs. Ibarra's going to just let you know, the kids did some poems for you, some personal poems that they wrote, and a couple of things to share so you can read them.
Yes, and I have just one last question. Your message is very powerful, unstoppable, and that's true. I mean, you're unstoppable. You can be unstoppable, just like Mr. Robles. Is there words that you would like to share with our teachers as far as how to motivate our kids to be unstoppable?
For me, I mean, it was just simple little things my teachers did that I remember. You know, just them just kind of inspiring me every day, just to have a good day, just to work hard. I know the thing, my coach, my high school coach, who's very close with me, he did with his kids. He'd always say, chase your greatness. You know, he'd always tell us, chase your greatness. Doesn't mean you have to be the best wrestler, the smartest kid. As long as you're trying 100%, as long as you're giving it your A effort, then you're chasing your greatness. So he'd always encourage us every day in practice to say, chase your greatness today. Are you chasing your greatness? So just encourage the kids, work their hardest to chase their greatness.
I think we're going to put that quote somewhere up. And that's again, chase your greatness. Like he said, your greatness, whatever your A game, it doesn't matter if you're not number one, but if that's your greatness, what else can we ask for? So that's a wonderful message for our students, for our teachers, for us, the administrators. We're going to take it to heart and follow that. Let's give them a big round of applause. Yay! Okay, teachers, this concludes the presentation. Mr. Robles is on a very tight schedule, so we're going to go ahead and allow him to exit, and then you all will be dismissed. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.